See you later, alligator. Have the wild crocodile. See you later.
Hey there guys, it's Paul from joe'sgetting.com, and today we have on the table a very requested foldable GPS drone called VISUO xs812. That's quite a hard to spell name. They should do something like the Golden Eagle or the James Bond of the sky. I chose to review this because the price is pretty incredible. You can check the current price down in the description along with coupon codes. Let's quickly see what's in the package and how the drone looks up close, and only then go outside and test how it flies. It comes in a black box, and it seems it's also called Private Eyes, as if it's a drone for spying people. Trust me, it's not. Spying with a drone is super hard as they make quite a lot of noise. Maybe the new Mavic 2 Zoom might be able to do something like that. This is the drone right here, looking good, and it's foldable as you can see. This version looks much better than the last VISUO drone I've reviewed, and there's definitely a quality improvement. This is the battery. It only comes with one, but it's 800 mAh, so it will last for quite some time. We'll see the flying time at the end of the video. Also keep in mind that in the description there is a link where you can buy more of these. The battery is proprietary, which means you won't be able to use any other LiPo batteries. It also has the VISUO sticker on it. There's the usual bag with accessories, including 4 spare propellers, a screwdriver and 4 prop guards. I'm not a big fan of the prop guards because you won't be able to fold it down anymore. This is the controller and the phone holder, which is very sturdy and holds the phone well in place. The controller even has a neck strap hole in the middle. It comes with well labeled buttons, which is very nice. It has 3 speed modes and an orbiting function. The sticks feel okay, but nothing really awesome, hobby grade for example. These are the trimming buttons, but you usually won't need them for a GPS drone. There's also a photo and video button, but for some reason they simply don't work, so you'll have to do those commands from the app itself. This is an emergency stop button. It will simply stop the motors in the air, so be careful when using it. This is the headless mode and even a return to home button, which works nicely, and also a calibration button for the GPS. It requires 4 AA batteries for it to work. The drone is pretty light and made from durable plastic. It seems to have 2 red LED lights in front and a moving camera. You can only move it before flight, not during. There's also a microSD card slot, but it's very well hidden. You have to remove the modular camera like this. And as you can see, there's a microSD slot right there. As an important side note, this drone works only with phones that have 5G 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. So if your phone doesn't, then you won't be able to connect the Wi-Fi to it and see the live feed in the app. You can find out if your phone has it by simply googling your phone name and 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. My Android phone couldn't connect the Wi-Fi of the drone, but most of the new Android phones have it. I was just unlucky. So I tried it with my iPhone 5S, which seemed to work great. Now let's take it outside and see how it flies. First of all, you need to connect the phone to the drone Wi-Fi and download the app specified in the instruction manual. Then bind the drone to the controller by moving the left stick up and down, and it's ready to go. But at first try, it seems to be a bit unstable, and that's because I haven't yet calibrated the GPS. So I press the calibration button once and turn it clockwise until the red lights stop blinking, and then bottom up and do it again until they are all steady. You don't have to do this every time you fly, but I recommend it from time to time. As you can see, there's a few setting options in the corner, including parameters for the Waypoint Flight. So yes, this drone has Waypoint Flight, it seems. It's good to check the number of satellites you have connected at each time. I recommend having at least 9 for a stable flight. The drone flies alright and seems to be pretty stable. At some point I had 16 satellites connected, which means it has GLONASS 2, the Russian satellite system. You have the coordinates displayed and also the altitude and distance. I have tried using the follow me mode, which you can find and easily activate on the screen. It will follow the phone, so make sure you have GPS turned on the phone. It follows alright to some point. It tries to keep itself at the same distance from you always. So be wary if you fly in enclosed areas. Otherwise, it would keep me pretty well in frame. But don't expect it to follow you in a cinematic way. It will stumble here and there, and because the camera is not stabilized, it will also move a bit. So we saw the GPS is good enough for keeping it stable. But what about the return to home? How precise is it? I have tried this function a few times with mixed results, but most of the time it returned in about 1 to 2 meters from where it launched. I think you can improve the accuracy by hovering it for a few seconds after you raise it in the air to get the GPS coordinates properly. But what will happen if you lose signal? Will the drone return back or just crash or fly away? I did just that test and turned off my controller while the drone was flying. The drone got up by itself to a safe point in the air and then descended close to the launching point, which means this is safe to lose signal. I haven't reached the max range for this drone, but it's probably somewhere around 200 plus meters. One thing is sure, having this drone will definitely impress people, or at least the neighborhood kids that will have the time of their lives just by seeing themselves on the camera. The drone also has an orbiting function that is actually pretty useless. It simply does random circles around from what I've seen, so I stopped trying. Let's talk a bit about the camera. Well, the camera is not the greatest, that's for sure. It does record and take pictures in 720p, and the colors are very nice and bright. But I wouldn't call it good quality. It's good enough for having fun here and there and maybe seeing your town from altitude. In this specific instance, a flock of pigeons were flying around, trying to bully me. But none of them had the guts to jump at me, or else I would have shown them. The photos it takes are about the same quality as the video, so nothing to brag about, but fun to take. What's nice about this drone is its awesome battery life. It flew for over 12 minutes, although it started beeping at 10 minutes. I think you can reach 13 if you push it a little. This is a pretty nice battery to have, and what's more, you can get spare ones from GearBest for very cheap. The link is in the description and also in the first comment, along with a link to actually buy the drone itself. What other drones would you like me to review? Please leave me a comment down below and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you make sure you see every video I post. See ya later, alligator!
See you later, alligator.